Just waiting on Julia finishing. Morning. Just waiting Julia finishing. I think she's handing over to me now. Now I need to find me on Facebook. There we go. So that I can see all your comments at the same time as I'm talking to you. But I need to turn the sound off on that. There we go. Hello everybody, happy Easter. Happy Easter. Just going to give it a couple of minutes for people to come across from Julia. I think she's finished a couple of minutes early, which is fabulous. So yeah, how are we all doing? Are we all well and happy? Brightish sunshine, we're doing all right. Yeah, so hi all, everyone coming over. Happy Easter to all. What's that? I can see a good morning and stuff on my phone, but I can't see anything down here on my comments. That's very strange, isn't it? I don't know. I'm not going to mess with it because I'll probably wreck everything. So I may or may not be able to see your comments. Don't know. Right, so you're all coming across now. Hope everybody's all right. Happy Easter. Thank you very much, Jan. I can see that. I've got new glasses on the way, so I might, and they're very focal-y things, so I might be able to see that at the same time, or this one. If I can get on with them, we'll see. Happy Easter, Jan. Thank you, darling. This is most peculiar. There's nothing coming up on the laptop, and the laptop is supposed to be telling me what's going on so as I can talk to you and see. Might be that I can't see your comments today, girls, sorry, and boys, if there's any boys out there. Dear, there's lots of mornings and happy Easters going on. Thank you, folks. Right. I thought I'd show you my dragon today. He's holding his egg, being as it's Easter. He's a lovely dragon. He was made by Birdie Hayward, who is a polymer clay artist who does loads of fabulous dragons. If ever you can get to do a class with her, do a class. It's fabulous. Look at him. Isn't he gorgeous? Some days he's holding bunches of flowers. Other days he's holding a book and reading. But today he's holding an egg because it's Easter. Happy Easter, everybody. Yeah, we've been good in our house today. There's not a lot of chocolate going on, which is a good thing, really. Right, what have I got for you? Thank you for those of you coming across from Julia. I've got... I don't know if I'm coming or going since our retreat in Basingstoke, which was fabulous fun. But I've sort of landed at full whack, so I don't know quite what I'm doing. Right, okay, so we're doing the Happy Easter thing first, and I have to say I had an egg from Kim. Thank you, Kim, for my egg. It'll come out later. We'll have a little look at that one. That's the only chocolate that we've had, which is brilliant. Okay, so what can I tell you? Because people are still coming across and coming on, I'm just going to witter for a minute about the retreats. I don't know if Julia did, because I missed Julia's first 5-10 minutes. Because I was busy running around here like headless chicken trying to get everything ready for you. Wasn't good this morning, wasn't good all week really. So Basingstoke was where we were last weekend, or whenever it was. The last one we did was Basingstoke, which was great fun, and thank you ladies for coming, and a bigger thank you for all of you that have booked back on next year, to the point where we have no spaces. So next year we're going to do 2 Basingstoke retreats. Okay, so we're going to be doing the quilt show, because that was quite good fun. So we're going to do the quilt show on the Sunday, and then we're going to have the retreat Monday to Thursday, which is booked. So we're going to put another retreat on Thursday to go home on Monday. All right, so if anybody was waiting for Basingstoke retreat places, they're there now. You better get in quick because it's already started booking, which is absolutely fabulous. Thank you, everyone. Right, so I'm going to start wittering at you properly. See, I've still got nothing down there, and I've got loads going on here, and I'm sorry if I'm missing comments. I don't quite know what this is all about. I don't mess with that because I'll probably lose it all together. So you'll just have to bear with me. Just take it that I've replied to you. If there's anything drastic, I'll go back through comments after and reply. And see, Kim is watching. Kim, thank you for my egg. I just mentioned you for my Easter egg. Thank you, darling. Right, okay, so what have I got for you this week? I've started off with the Mabyn scraps yet again, because this is what we did on last week's retreat, all right? And I think a lot of people took part in the class, which was really good. Thank you for doing so. The class was actually to make this centre section, yeah, and turn it into a cushion, or you could have carried on and made a quilt. I think a lot of people actually decided to carry on and make a quilt. But what I did was a kit for the class. So I've now done up some kits for anybody as such. So what we're doing, we're going to get 1/2 metre of the lovely Macao linen texture. I think Julia was just saying about it. She does charm packs as well. They're just fabulous. So this is like a creamy one. So a neutral background. You'll get 1/2 metre of that, which will do the backs of your big square. All right, and then you should have enough with what's left of the other bits to do the backs of your cushion. Or as I say, you could carry on and do a whole thing. But so the kit will contain a pack of 10x3 pre-cuts. All right, so you get the choice of the blue stuff, the new one that I've done, which is spring and autumn. So that's all sorts of, I want to say, like browns and yellows and a few bits of greens. Very nice sort of muted stuff. And then you see the photos. And you've got some of the new in here, so you can't see because it's beyond the quilt. There's quite a few, I want to say, in the beginning fabrics, Northcots, those sorts of things. So don't think that just because you're getting a pre-cut, it's all the old fabrics. Some of them might be because they suit, but there's a lot of new stuff in here. So you get a choice, blues, spring and autumn, and then there's another one that are brights. So I just went looking for a pack of brights. I haven't got any left. So guess what I'm going to be doing later today? I'm going to be cutting the brights. So the bright pack is literally, I go round and I pick out the brightest bolts that I've got, and you get your 10x3 inch piece for that. All right, so the actual kit will have 1/2 metre of your background. You've got your pattern, which will do the whole quilt, so you get a choice of roundy ones, pointy ones, large and small, and you get a pack of whatever. So this actually worked quite well on the retreat. So I've done it as a kit. All right, so that's now on the website, Abbieanne.com. But please make sure if you're ordering this one that you put a note or message me or something to let me know which one you get. Otherwise, I should just take a pic and give it to you. So if you want a surprise, that could work too. Right, so saying about cushions, I've got one here behind me. So that was using some of the orangey fabrics. All right, so I sort of picked them out, and that one was the blues, just so you've got an idea. And the one behind me is the multicolours. All right, so you get more than enough to complete, and you can add your own bits with it as well if you want. And actually what works really well, because the background fabric will just make you a nice normal cushion, I like to put an extra, what I call flappy bit on mine. So you could put your own colour on that to match your decor or whatever else it is that's going on. There we go. So there we are. So that's the first one. So that's Mabyn Scraps Cushion Kit. That's £28. All right. Find that over on the website. if you're not sure where anything is, have a little look in the 3Amigos tab. All right, and that should these should all come up for you. Okay, right, what was next? I'm going to drop this quilt down because you've all seen that loads. There's stuff behind it to show you today. This is where I have to be careful that I don't pull all the fabric down on top of me, because that's been known to happen. I need a bigger cupboard. Those of you that know, my studio is called the cupboard. I need a bigger one. Right, so what's that going on? That there is just a little, could be a wall hanging, could be a quilt, could be whatever. On the way back from the retreat, we went in to see Macawa and walked around the warehouse, and I had this little problem. And I came out with that much fabric, you've never seen anything like it. I'm a bit naughty really, but I came out with an idea, and it's like, okay, so we're going to get this fabric, that goes in. Fine. Came home and did something completely different. Chef Sats. All right. To me, they also look a bit like souffles. I quite like them because of it. Let me just hold that up to you there. You can probably see it better that way. All right. So there is now a pattern. I've called it Let There Be Cake because we like cake. And what I've done I've made up each block with extra fabric in between. And so the extra fabric in between is that one, which has got cakes all over it. We quite like that. I think that's really good. I quite like that. So this is, I think this is a Lewis and Irene, I want to say. All the rest are Macawa. No, Visage. That's a Visage. Right, okay. So you get a piece of that. You get 3 long quarters, which will be the background. So this is all, again, as Julia was saying as well, Macawa linen texture. I absolutely love it. It's gorgeous stuff. I was trying to think where I've put it. There we go. This actually reminds me of ice cream. They're gorgeous. The colourway, it's something that I've used in my designs for years. But there's a couple of newer colours in there that I've not used before. So whilst I was in the warehouse, I'm like, oh, I want one of them, and one of them. So I did, and there they are. So you get a long quarter. Well, actually, you've got enough there to make this bigger if you wanted. All right. And then, this is me walking around the warehouse. I found fabrics. I don't know if you can see that from there. There's like 20. That means I had 20 bolts of fabric. Don't tell Paul. He was with me, but I don't think he was counting. So there's all sorts of ditzy florals is what I want to say, with a few others interspersed. Can I show you on here? No, that's the other new ones. There we go. This might be an easy way of showing you. So these are also on the website as meterage if you want. I think most of them are £7 a metre, £7 a half metre. That one's a bit cheaper. So it's 14 a metre it works out at, which is pretty standard. From all accounts, their prices are going to have to go up in May. So if you want any of the Macawa stuff, you want to be getting in, because the next lot in is going to be more expensive, unfortunately. Had discussions with him, and it is what it is. He's kept the prices down for quite a while, but it's now time for them to increase, which is a shame. And we hold that for you as best we can, but these things happen. All right, so there's 20 different fabrics in that, with the 3 backgrounds. And so you do all your applique, and then you cut in squares from what's left of the 20. So the size of it is that, each piece, all right? So it's a 16th. So if you imagine a fat quarter, because that's your metre been cut in half and half, isn't it? So I've done the same thing with a fat quarter. So yeah, so you've got, I don't know, 1 1/4 metres there. of all sorts of different ones. Okay, and then you get your background fabrics, and because we're on a special, there's that and that, and I'll pop a metre of that in as well, which will give you your backing for that one. All right, so now I've said all of that. How much is back to me paper? Let there be cake. Right, so all of that and the background backing fabric is 50 quid. All right, so that's on a special today if anybody wants. A bit of fun, a bit of light, a bit of happy Easter, I thought. And we all love cake, don't we? We shouldn't, but we do. Or you can just get the pattern if you've got your own things in mind. So the pattern is available as well. All patterns are $8.50, so that's over on the website as well. Gorgeous, gorgeous. We'll put that there. Right, now, next to it, can you see this here runnery thing going on? Hopefully you can. Let me just get it and show you the ends, because it's a bit difficult because this one's a really long one. All right, so needs to be quilted like everything of mine. Okay, so there's your runner. Now my thought for that is it'll make a lovely over the bed runner. I actually quite like the idea of repeating it several times like a strippy quilt, so that it, oh, I've dropped my pin. Oh, I'll do that. Okay, don't fall on me. Please don't fall on me. There we go. So, yeah, runner. And it can be made smaller, but it's not make it smaller by a few inches, by a couple of inches. It would have to be by a section, so that you can still get your curve going on. But what I really, really like the idea of, and it may well happen, is to just repeat that several times. What a fabulous quilt that would be, eh? So that's my Dresden runner. So there is a pattern, because actually it's the Dresden shape that you need to get the right thing going on, and the circle. Guess what I'm doing this afternoon? I'm writing patterns because this only got finished yesterday. And there's kits. All right. So similar sort of thing going on as with the Mabyn scraps. All right. So you're going to get a 60-inch piece of linen texture background by 10.5. All right. So that's literally your background piece. Obviously you can shorten it if you want. You'll get a pack of the pre-cuts again. All right, so you've got to tell me which colour, multicolour, spring and autumn or blue stuff. Okay, and then what else do you get? You then get long quarter, which is this gorgeous, I think it's a laundry basket from whoever, Andover. All right, to get that, and you get a fat quarter for the circles. So the circle fabric will probably be the same as this, because actually that was just a scrap I used after I'd been making it, and I thought, silly mare, should have used something that you've got that you can repeat for people. So there we go. So you're gonna have, it'll match actually the outside border, which will look really good if you fussy cut it. So the kit for that, you've got no backing on that one, you need to put that on yourself and your wadding or whatever. 32 today, all right, on a special. So, and again, I've got to write the pattern this afternoon, and I'll get somebody to read that through before I post it all to you, which is just as well that there's no post tomorrow, because I probably won't be ready. So I'll be working today and tomorrow, and it will get posted on Tuesday. So don't worry, it'll all be done by then. I'll have cut more of these, and I'll have written all of these, and life will be fabulous. And the same, I will have written the Let It Be Cake, whatevers. Right, so looking here, I've still got absolutely no comments on here, and I have no idea why. And I can't see half of them up there, but never mind. Thank you, everybody that's watching. Right, so what else can I tell you? Right, yes, a reminder for everybody Take 3 challenge. All right, those of you that were doing the Take 3 challenge on my Facebook, as in Patchwork Witterings, and I think a couple of people joined in from YouTube. Closing date should have been the end of March for your entries, and I will be finding a nice prize for whoever gets drawn out. So I've extended it because I know we've all been busy, and I've certainly been busy, and I haven't been reminding anybody. So your Take 3 challenge will give you another couple of weeks. I did say after Easter, but another lady's joined in at the end of last week, so we'll give you a little while longer, and I'll shout it. All right, I'll check the dates and that in the diary after and let you know. So what I will show you, when we do the retreats, we do challenges beforehand. Okay, so we did a Take 3 challenge. Some of you might have watched Andy and I drawing everything for everybody. So it's all done fairly and all done on video and all the rest of it. So for those of you that don't know, my husband Paul came to Basingstoke Retreat, and he was servicing everybody's machines for them, well, if they wanted them to do so. You'll be doing that again next year, by the way, girls. It's confirmed. You'll be joining us at Basingstoke for both retreats, and he'll be doing sewing machine servicing for you. Right, so he was supposed to make his own cushion, but he didn't. Left me to do it, and I did them up at the air retreat. So he had 3 white stripes as his challenge, all right? So there's his 3 white stripes. So how that was actually done was good fun. So I might actually do that as a workshop. You can put your stripes in any direction, or it was good fun. So I might develop that further. Mine, I think it was 19 cream squares or something. So there's mine. So you've got squares in squares and stitch squares and holy squares and little squares with cats and all sorts. So if you're doing your Take 3 challenge, get it to me on Patchwork Witterings as soon as you can, all right? Now, I realised while I was telling you about that, because I forget things, as we all know. Dresden Runner, okay? So that will come with a cardboard template for you to cut out and use. But don't forget, there is the new ruler that has, I need a piece of dark. I haven't got a piece of dark. Will it show up on that? Will it show up on that? Not really. It's a little bit better. But those of you, you might have seen me wittering on about this before. All right, so it's a sampler ruler. Okay, so on the end you've got a 4.5 inch square, which would do, if you're doing your 9 patch, that's your 4.5 with your seam allowance. All right, you've got all of your different diagonals for your triangles and your part ones there. They're all there, all done. You've got a 12.5 inch length, so as you can measure your blocks. You've got an inch wide there that helps you with your log cabins. And then you've got cutouts, diamonds for your different stars and tumbling block. Dresden, which is what I've used on that. Okay, so that's your Dresden. So much easier than cardboard drawing around. Just to whiz a pen around these is so much quicker. And then there's hexes. All right, so depending on what you're doing, it's all there in one ruler that makes life so much simpler, especially if you're a hand worker or you're at a class or something and you don't want to carry loads of stuff. It's all there. When you actually buy one, the bits that have been cut out of here, Andy gets, well, bless him, he's so good, he comes up with all sorts, and I'm always on at him about this, that and the third thing. So what he's done is he's cut the shapes down, so the little ones that come out of here, you've got a set of 3 that will make a 10 inch, a 9 or a 10 inch block quite nicely, whereas these will suit a 12 inch block. All right, so if you're buying Dresden kit or just the pattern, there are, as I say, there'll be cardboard templates in there, but if you really want and you're going to do lots, you might want to consider a sampler ruler, which I believe at the minute I've got it on special still at 18. All right, so that's that one. Designed by me, made by Andy, because he's very good like that, you know. Okay, what's the time? Oh, 10:22. Excuse me, slurp. I still haven't got any comments on there. I can see me talking, but no comments. So I do apologise. What I will do is I'll go back through afterwards and I will check any comments that you've made, any questions. I'll come back to you, don't worry. So just carry on as normal on there, and I'll sort things out. Right, okay, so there is also more fabric to put on the website. I had another delivery. Do you know, I order stuff and it's always a surprise. This week's surprise, where did that come from? Oh, that was Lewis and Irene. Yeah, so there's lots of lovely. I'm not even going to go there because it needs to get up onto the website first. I don't know if you can see just the edge there. There's all sorts of lovelies come in there. They're a mix of, in the beginning, fabrics and North cotton, all that sort of gorgeous stuff. And there's some new ones in here as well. These purples are gorgeous. But have a little look on the website. So what I was going to say is, on the website, if you look at the material section, I believe at the top you can search by, yeah? So if you put in, I think it's newest or something like that, and you'll get everything in order as I've put it on. So you'll find all the new fabrics, all right? So that's possibly the best way to search things. The website is being redesigned as we speak. Saw a few preview sort of things yesterday. It's looking good. Hopefully it's going to be less confusing. Bearing in mind my website is now what? So that was 2011. Gosh, it's 15-year-old already. So it is time that it got sorted out. So that's on its way. So bear with me until then, all right? So lots of more new fabrics to go and have a little look at. What I will be doing is doing up bundles of lovely ditzy flowers and all of these gorgeousness. I've done them all as half meters already. You've got them in the kits, but I'm going to do up some nice little probably eighths, and possibly, actually we've got enough there. Oh, maybe I shall do some floral pre-cuts. That could be good, couldn't it? Let me just write that down because I'll forget that. You know what I'm like. Let me just write that on the back. Floral pre-cuts. Because that could work really, really well. They're all lovely little ditzy. I want to say tasteful, which makes a change for me. I'm usually very bright, aren't I? Okay, so what time are we? We're 10:25. I'm just going to whiz back through things very quickly, and then I'll hand you on to Andy over at Crafty UK. All right, you can find him on Facebook, and he'll no doubt update you on retreats and all the lovely things he's got going on. Okay, so what have we got? We have got Mabyn scraps as a kit for the cushions or for the center of your quilt to start you off. Okay, so Mabyn scraps, so that's £28 today. All right, Let There Be Cake, which was a complete accident. I had absolutely no intention of making that little one behind me, but I have, so please buy it. So that's the whole kit, including the backing fabric on that one, because it's of a range, is 25. No, I'm lying. It's 50. Oh, I'm sorry, folks. Yeah, that's 50. Dresden Runner, this gorgeousness. I've been doing this over the last few weeks at night in the Insomnia Quilting group. So if you're awake at night, I quite often go on and do a bit of stitching and nattering at you. So go and find Insomnia Quilting via my Facebook page. So we've been making that, but I'm thinking that I might have to put another 4 strips to that to make a quilt, because I'm really quite liking that. So there is a kit. So the kit and the pattern for that is 32, all right? You might want to consider, if you're going to do a lot, the ruler that makes your life so much simpler, all right? So that's a sample ruler, that's 18. Pre-cuts. We've got 3 lots of pre-cuts, and now we're going to have a 4th, because I'm going to do a floral pre-cut. Okay, so you get 32 different fabrics, or possibly even 34, depending what mood I'm in at the day that I'm doing it. All blues, spring and autumn, so that's all sort of yellowy browns and nice stuff going on. Brights, which could be anything very bright, because I need to make up a load, so I'll go around and pick out all the bright stuff. And then there's now going to be floral. All right, so these little kits go along really with my patterns and my designs that are scrappy type stuff. We've all got our own scraps, but sometimes you want a bit of something else to supplement what you've got, and these kits are these packs, they seem to be working really, really well. So if you want, there we go. It's going to take me ages to cut them, but that's fine. What else forgot to tell you? Dresden Runner, that's 32. Pre-cuts, Take 3 challenge I've spoken about. New fabric I've spoken about. Retreats I've spoken about. Oh, where are we? 10:28. I showed you my dragon. I've wished you all a happy Easter, which is good. The sun's shining down here now. Hopefully you're all right after last night's weather. Yeah, ours wasn't too bad. We were a bit windy as such, but it's coming through nice and lovely and clear today. Yeah, so that's all good. What else can I tell you? Not a lot, other than to have a lovely, lovely Easter. And now Andy's just gone on live, so he's been watching me to see where I am. I can see him live on YouTube. So if you are a YouTube follower, I always put my video over onto YouTube immediately after I've done this on Facebook. I just find that easier for me than having more than one and multiples. You know me in technology, it didn't happen. It's easier. I shall put it up there. So that's about it. Go off and find Andy over on Crafty UK, and he'll tell you all sorts of lovely things that he's got going on. Thank you so much for watching, and for continuing to support my small little business. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you lot. So please have a lovely Easter. I'm going to say ta-ra. I'm just wittering for no good here. All right, so off to see Andy, Crafty UK. Bye bye everyone.